Okay? So basically starting out, the matrix is a rectangular arrangement of numbers. The dimensions of the matrix with M are the rows. Okay, highlight that real quick. Okay, the M are the rows and N are the columns. Okay, so the way we read it is like M times N, or 2 by 3, 3 by 4, depending on how many rows and how many columns you have. Okay, so like this one would be a what? How many rows? You got 2 rows, right? And then how many columns do you have? So that would be a 2 by 3. Now, why is that important? Well, because when you plug it into your calculator, you're going to have to tell it how many rows it has and how many columns. So the first number is the number of rows. The second number is the number of columns. It has to know that. You have to set the parameters. Is everybody clear on that? Okay. So if you talk about each one of these numbers, like for example the number 5, it would be the element in the first row in the third column. Okay. Now, matrix is derived from a system of linear equations. Okay, that's what we just got through working on, right? Okay. Each has to be written, and this is the main point. Highlight this, circle it. It has to be in what we call standard form. It has to be written in standard form. What's the first variable? The first variable has to be what? X. The second variable has to be what? Y. And then the third variable has to be Z. Is everybody clear on that? Because your calculator it'll give you the wrong results if you don't have it in the right order. Okay, so it's got to be X, Y, Z. All the variables have to be where? On the same side. Okay, so you guys know how to move that. Now, the whole reason why we're doing this is we're trying to get to an augmented, what's called an augmented matrix. Okay, this is how your calculator is reading it. Is everybody clear on that? Okay, so now the way you get to that is basically you have a system. Now this is very similar to what we just got through working, right? What we're looking for, okay, highlight it in blue. We want these numbers that are right in front. Okay, if it doesn't have a number, then it's understood to be what? 1, good. Okay, you got a 2. Got a 2 there. Got a positive 3, negative 4. And then again, you got a 1 in front of it. So those are the numbers that we're looking for. What are those numbers called? They're called coefficients. Good. And it's highlighted right here. Those are called coefficients. Okay? These numbers out to the right, what are they called? This number here, this one, they're called what? Constants. Good. Okay, now what if it doesn't have one of the variables? What would I put? If it were missing, let's say one of these equations was missing one of the variables, would I have to put something in there? You would have to. So if one of them is short a variable, what you're going to do is you're going to include a 0 for any missing variables. Highlight that, circle it. So include zeros for any missing variables. Okay? Your calculator has to have a number in there. If it's missing a variable, just add it. Any questions so far? And I included that. Hopefully it'll make it a little easier or you can go back and see it. Okay, so write an augmented matrix for the system and state the dimensions. Okay, step 1, right here. We've got to make sure that each equation in the system is in standard form. Are those in standard form? What's wrong with them? Now you got an X right here and a Y there, so I got to do what? Got to flip those around. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is move it and rewrite it as 2x plus 1y equals 1. Now I'm going to go ahead and put, if it doesn't have a number there, I'm going to go ahead and put it there as 1. If it's no variable there, what would I use? The 0, right? You said that. Okay, so 1x equals 12. Okay, now I'm going to take the coefficients and the constants as elements of the augmented matrix. Okay, so now my matrix looks like this. My first number, the top left, is going to be what? First of all, how many rows do I have? 2. How many columns am I going to have? No? 3, right? There's a column, and there's a column. So my first element is what? -2. That comes from right there. What's my next number in the same row? 1, good. That's this number right here. And then my last one, what's it going to be? Now sometimes in the augmented, you'll see like these little symbols, like that right there, or sometimes you'll just see a line. And all that means is that there basically is a separation because of the equal sign. Does everybody understand that? So if you see it in your textbook, that's what that means. Okay, so my second row, what's my first number going to be? 1, 3, 12. I mean, you see how simple that is? That's pretty simple, right? Okay, now, how many equations do you have now? So this is going to be a 3 by 4, right? Now you notice, what do you notice about your second equation? It's missing a z, isn't it? Okay, so I'm going to have to put something there, aren't I? Okay, now I need to make sure that they're also in standard form. So which one is not in standard form? The first one, right? A. So I'm going to rewrite A as 3x minus 4y. And then I bring that -2z over here. It looks like that. Now, watch this. And I would really recommend that you do this. I'm going to rewrite the second one. And I'm going to add a z, but I'm going to put a 0 in front of it. Everybody see that? And then my equals 3. C is going to be 2x plus 4y minus 1z equals 2. So now I got numbers in front of everything, right? I got all my variables. My x's are lined up. There's my first column. There's my second column. Okay, got everything lined up where it needs to be. Okay, so first of all, this is going to be a 3. It's going to be a 3 by 4. My first number is 3, -4, 2, and then 7. My next line is going to be what?
9, 3, 6.
0, good, and then 3. Next line.
-1.
Hold on. What's this called? It's called an augmented matrix. Okay, you need to know that. It's called an augmented matrix. We good? Casey, good? Good so far? You keep zoning out over there. All right. Let's do these real quick. 2 by What's the first one? What's the dimensions on it? 2 by 3, good. Okay, do your augmented. You guys might want to follow along. I'm going to go pretty close. This will be 3 extra examples, right?
The dimensions is 2 by 3.
Right. Yeah. 2 by 3, my first element is what? 1. Negative 8. Negative 4. So that's what my answers should look like. Right? Okay, next one. Is it in standard form? I gotta modify it. That's gonna come over here. So I'm gonna go ahead and rewrite it right above. X plus y plus z equals 1. Put a 1 in front of that, 1 in front of that, 1 in front of that, 1 in front of there. Are we good so far? Okay, what are the dimensions on this one?
3 by
3
4.
by 4, good. Because you're going to have to plug that, you're going to have to tell your calculator. Okay, so 1, 1, 1, and then 1, 7, 9, negative 1, negative 2, good. 6, 4, 8, and 0. Okay, so now, one thing I want you to notice that you have to pay attention to, what column is this? Those are my X's, right? What column is this? What column is this? And then that's just my constants, right? Now, that's going to be important to remember because here in a little while, I had to explain this, okay, on your calculator. I'm going to skip that next one, is that all right? Okay, so what we do here, these are the steps. We need to write the augmented matrix for for the linear system. We're going to enter that augmented matrix into your Jackson calculator. I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to walk you through it. Okay. Step 3, we're going to use what's called a reduced, highlight this. This is called a reduced row echelon form. Now, on your calculator, write this down. This is what you're looking for. RREF. That's what you're looking for. Now, that's what it says on your calculator. Okay, and then you're going to have to interpret the results from step 3 and solve in the linear system. All right? Example 3. First thing, write augmented matrix. Now, I need to know it's a what? 3 by 4. Okay, and then I'm going to write my matrix. Okay, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, negative 1, negative 2, and with negative 6. Okay, calculator. See your matrix button on there? Where's that? It's above the x minus to the negative first. Okay, so but it's in blue, right? Which means I'm going to have second matrix. Okay, now what you want to do this is you want to scroll over to edit and then highlight number 1. Okay, and then you're going to hit enter. Edit. I've already got mine done. Hit enter. And if you notice, it has that blinking, so you can go 2, enter, by 3, enter, and it changes everything. You have to set the dimensions to set the matrix. Is everybody clear on that? Okay, so I've got I need to go back up here. I've got a 3 by 4, hit enter, And now I plug my numbers in. That should be what? 2, hit enter. 2, 3, 1, and that should be what? 3, hit enter. You got 1, enter. The next number, make sure if it's a negative, you use your negative sign. So -1, enter. -2, enter. -6, enter. Everybody clear? Did I go too fast? Let me start over again. Some of you, okay. Clear this. Second fit. Second matrix. Okay, I'm going to do this real quick. Okay, I'm going to go second matrix. I'm going to go over to edit. Go down to A. Make sure you have A highlighted right there, the first one. Hit enter. And then I'm going to change. I'm going to set my dimensions right. You with me? Okay, then I go down here. Once I hit enter, it'll highlight the first element, which is 1. So hit 1 and then enter. And it just automatically goes to the next element, right? Are you good with that, Jalen? Okay, so now once I get to this point, I'm going to go second, quit. Okay, now I'm going to go to second matrix again. And now I want to hit find the math button right in the middle. Okay, this is where you're going to find your RR what? Reduced echelon form. So you got to scroll down. There it is, right there. Number what? That's actually B. I'm going to hit enter. Now, what do I have to put here? No. Which matrix did I use? I used A. So go to A and hit enter. Close it with a parenthesis and then hit enter. Now, you remember what I said? You need to remember that this column is what? X. This column is, and this column is Z. Does everybody understand that? Okay, so now, if I rewrite, I'm going to use these numbers here to rewrite my matrix. Now, I have to show you this so you understand where it's coming from. So, I'm going to put 1 what? 1Z. I'm sorry. That's right. 1X. What was my middle number? What was my middle number? No. On that first row, it was 0, right? So it'd be 0, Y, and then 0 what? What did it equal? What did it equal on the calculator? -1. Okay, my second row would be 0x, 1y, right? 0z, what did it equal? 1. My third row would be 0x, 0y, and then 1z. What's that equal? 2. Okay, now, where did the ones come from? This one right here, this one right here, and this one. That was on my calculator, right? Hello, you guys with me? Okay, some of you are. That was on my calculator right here, right? There's a 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there. That's where these ones come from. You guys see that? So the idea here is what's going to happen are some things going to cancel out here. Hello, you guys with me? Are some things going to cancel out here? What's 0 times everything? It disappears, doesn't it? That disappears, that disappears. So what are you left with here? 1x equals, and now can I just drop the 1? So x equals what? You see how I'm getting that? Okay, in the middle one, 1y equals 1, y just equals 1. And then the last one, 1z equals 2. So what are my values? I just solved it. Go to the second matrix. Go to the middle one. Then scroll down to. Okay, I'll get all those done. Does anybody have any questions about what we're doing today? Okay, you only got about 12 problems. It should be really easy, especially the first part, because all you're doing is putting everything in an augmented matrix. Okay, you need to finish yesterday's assignment and turn it in before you leave today. So if few of you need to finish that up, you need to get that finished up and get it turned in, right, James? What are you watching? What is that? Okay. So if you're needing to finish that, get it finished, get it turned in to me. All right? Hang on to today's, but you once you finish yesterday's, you can work on it. Okay? When is today's due? Tomorrow, right? You should have no problems with that. Now, if you got a computer at the house, okay, and you need to pull up a calculator, there's some programs on your computers that you might be able to pull up a calculator. Just try it. Okay? Any questions? All right, keep going. If you need help with your calculator, bring it up here and I'll help. Well, yeah, that's what it said. Remember what we said? And what do I have to put right there? Dude, were you not listening when I explained that? Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You need to pay attention, all right? Got a second matrix. Got all your input values for A, right? So is it highlighted? Hit enter. And it puts A in there for you. And then you're going to have to close it with the parentheses and then hit enter. Like the second time I explained it.
You got so mad at that.
And we go to second. I would hit second or quit. Alright, just go to second. Matrix. Okay. Go to the math button. You want to scroll all the way down. What are you looking for? That's reduced. Right there. Hit enter. And it's going to ask you to put a matrix in there. Which matrix are you going to put in? A. So go to second matrix. Make sure that A is highlighted. Hit enter. And it puts A in there for you. Now you have to close it with the parentheses and hit enter again. There you go. I just explained it. What are you guys doing back there? Sleeping? Come on, you gotta pay attention. It's easy. Second matrix. You go. You're gonna have to go back and. Okay, no problem. You want to use A because you got a 3x4. Okay, she's probably already done some of it. Second matrix. Now I need to see if my numbers are right. Okay, so I want to edit that 3x4.
You gotta check and see if your numbers are right.
So you got D, right?
Make sense? Okay, now this is something, isn't it? Where is it? No, you're good. Okay. Now, once everything's entered properly, you got a second quit,
Negative one.
okay? Go to second matrix again, now you wanna hit the mouse button. What am I looking for? So scroll down,
A negative.
hit enter. Now, what am I doing now? So go to second matrix again. Make sure one is highlighted.
This is an assignment.
What page was yesterday?
38, I believe.